Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hope all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Today is August 16th. It is Saturday. It's been an interesting day in the news world. We got a lot of things going on. Not really, the weekends are always slow, but the news that we do have overall is pretty interesting. With that being said, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. We're on our way to 500 subscribers on YouTube, and I would really appreciate it. Or if you're on Substack, please consider subscribing. All funds go to me. They'll help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in college. But with that being said, let's get into the news. Moving on into the Trump administration segment, as we do, the first topic we have today is Trump has sided with Putin over the Ukraine peace deal. Trump has announced that he wants to completely bypass a Ukrainian ceasefire and move directly into permanent peace. So Trump will host Zelensky on Monday and urged him to agree to the peace deal that was received by Putin. According to officials, Trump received the offer from Putin that would require Ukraine to withdraw from Donetsk in return for Russia to free the front lines of Zaporizhia and Kherson. I pronounced those horribly. I am sorry. Trump has reportedly relayed this offer to Zelensky in a phone call. Trump told European leaders in another phone call that Putin would make some concessions, but he didn't specify what specifically those concessions are. Nobody should be so shocked by this. I mean, Trump wanted to, or Trump, oh, English. Nobody should be shocked like this or by this. Trump just wants to put on a show. At the end of the day, he is going to side with Russia either way. Honestly, I don't think we're going to see a war anytime soon. Because of that specifically, Ukraine isn't going to give up land, and Russia's not going to just back off. That's not going to happen. We're not going to see a lot of change, unfortunate as it is. I just think this one is going to have to last a few more years. In other news, U.S. officials left sensitive documents about the meeting between Trump and Putin in an Alaskan hotel. Papers with State Department markings were found at a business center of an Alaskan hotel, revealing undisclosed details about the meeting between Putin and Trump. 8 pages were left behind, sharing precise locations and meeting times of the summit, along with phone numbers of government employees from both the United States and Russia. At 9 a.m. on Friday, 3 guests found the documents on one of the hotel's public printers. How in the hell do you leave sensitive documents on public printers? This administration has to be one of the most, if not the most, unprofessional administration of all time. And I think the worst part is, if anyone's administration did this, especially Biden, they would be torn apart. I don't understand what it is about Trump that makes him so special. Genuinely, I would consider myself an expert on the man at this point. It is bad. Yet I still cannot understand what exactly it is. I spent days, hours, weeks, months looking into and researching this man, whether it was for class assignments, personal interest, or just trying to figure out what it is. And I just don't see it. I don't see what it makes it likable. Maybe it's because I know so much about him, but genuinely, there is nothing to this man that gives him a minuscule piece of likability. It is insane. Anyways, moving on into our Washington, D.C. segment today, West Virginia is sending National Guard members to D.C. Hundreds of West Virginia National Guard troops are being deployed to Washington, D.C. The move, announced on Saturday, comes as around 800 D.C. National Guard troops are patrolling the streets along with ICE and many more. This fueled protests within the D.C. area as they spread a mile outside of the White House. West Virginia will send 300 to 400 troops into the district, and the state governor has said that they are happy to stand with Trump in doing so. I'm sure we'll see this from more red states shortly. DC is going to become a hellhole, plain and simple. It's going to be horrible, and it sucks. It genuinely sucks that there's not much really we can do. This administration needs to be stopped, and Washington D.C. needs to be freed. What we are witnessing now is tyranny at its highest, and no one should have to go through that, for one, but for two, that shouldn't have a place in the United States of America. In other news, the National Guard may start carrying weapons in Washington, D.C. National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. are preparing to start carrying weapons. Troops are expecting an order from the Trump administration to carry weapons by Friday, according to the Wall Street Journal. This came after the U.S. Army's statement claiming weapons were available if needed, but they would remain in the armory for the time being. The White House continues to claim that weapons could be used and would, if needed, to stop crime. This entire situation is absolute bullshit, to say the least. I mean, crime has been going down in DC for what, 2 years now? I mean, I'm sure we've all seen the statistics, but for two, and this is the main thing here, you don't need an AR-15 for law enforcement. You don't need an automatic weapon, period, for law enforcement. Like, you have to be shitting me, genuinely. This entire DC situation is unnecessary, and it needs to end now before it leads to something horrible, whatever that may be. Like, it is so bizarre to me that they have gone, or it's not even bizarre. I'm not even shocked, but it is insane that they have gone through with this and nothing has stopped them. Not a fuck you, not a nothing from anyone within Congress or the House or anything, not even on the Democratic side. I swear, I have not seen a single thing, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not finding the right things, but I have not seen a single statement from any Democratic leader against this. Like, genuinely. And maybe it's just because I'm not finding it, but I haven't heard shit. And if anyone has, please let me know. But like, I have not found anything. Maybe it's on Twitter. I don't read Twitter. You know me. Moving on into the other news segment for the final topic tonight, there were massive protests across the United States today. Thousands across 34 states today are protesting the redistricting plans, not just in Texas, but around the country. The movement called Fight the Trump Takeover started in Austin, Texas, and was quickly picked up by other groups around the United States. Groups claim to be fighting Trump's takeover not just in Texas, but in all other red states, or in other red states. I don't know why I said that again. This is great, as all protests are. People need to keep their voices heard in every way. Trump is going to take away the voices of millions, at the very least, with this redistricting. And using our voices and our votes is the best way to stop that from happening. So everyone, please keep speaking, whether it's making content like I do here, or whether it's sharing this content, or whether it's going out to protest, or whether it's doing something in your community to stand up against this. It needs to be done, and you doing that plays a huge role in not only spreading awareness, but helping people out when they really need it. But with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully all you enjoyed. As always, the weekends are pretty short. That's how it goes. But outside of that, not too much for me to really ramble about. So if you're new here, subscribe. Consider subscribing if you're on Substack as well. All funds will help me out a lot because we're a broke college student. But outside of that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in tomorrow's episode.